Guys, welcome back to my The Last Remnant Let's Play. What I'm going to do now is just overlay the audio using Audacity. I do have a Bluetooth I can connect to my laptop using the mic, but it will not connect to my PC. So I'll just be doing the commentary post video, probably at least for this one. I don't know how it's going to work for the next one, we'll see. That is the Valeria Heart, one of Athlum's two most powerful remnants, the other one being the Gable, and you've seen that destroy shit already.
We can waste no time in sniffing out the rats who kidnapped Arena.
This is the first time you really get to move around the city, and look at this badass motherfucker right here. Torgal is awesome. As I mentioned earlier, he is 200 years old. The Savani, the race that he is, they live very long lives and they're very prideful. So one actually serving under someone is very rare. There's only 4 Savani that you can recruit in the entire game. Only 2 of which I believe, 2 or 3 of which are in the 360 version. PC version is vastly superior. Don't even get me started. It's ridiculous.
The castle until we verified his story. I'll get on it.
Okay.
This is my first time doing commentary, so I'll probably get used to it as I do more
If it's
videos.
information you seek, there is a certain pub in Virtus Parish you might care to investigate.
Come to the castle if you need anything of us.
Get out of here, bitch. I don't need you. Yet. No, you're not. Shut up. Dumb shit. Come on, let's the party. Yeah, that's one thing I really like. You don't have to go to the exit. You can just go straight to the city map. Unless you're inside of an actual building, then you have to obviously leave the building first. One thing you will see me do, since I've played through this game a couple times, I've never actually beaten the final boss. I'll get to why later. But about 60% of this game is missable. The main storyline is just, I want to say 5 to 8 hours. I don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I've played this game. But it's at least double or triple that if you go through all the side quest shit, which I will be doing, by the way. I love this guy. Yeah, there's nothing here to do now. Whenever you see someone with the little red bubble over their head, that means it's either a quest or some kind of an event, or it's basically important. And now Aspen Castle is accessible. You'll see the Valeria Heart on their banners right there. And I think that's actually, well, no, I'm not going to say that. It's kind of spoiler.
Did you learn anything about Arena?
Pagus.
I am Pagus, one of the 4 generals of Athlum. As for
It's like a
Mystery,
Gent Yoda over
I
here.
regret to say that we have yet to uncover any new leads. Nevertheless,
You can
we
see
have
Blocker's
learned
badass
something
over there.
interesting.
He's what you call a Yama. I mean, you can see it's like a C-type race. I mean, you can see he's got, well, you can't see it now, but in a minute you'll see he's got a tail as well.
Gotta be.
And the other thing?
Oh, that was probably my neck you just heard popping. I didn't think the mic would pick that up.
Activity near the Robelia Castle ruins.
Okay, so you can go to the Gaslin caves with Blocker, or you can go to the Rebelia ruins with Pagas first. I mean, for no particular reason, always choose to go to the Gaslin caves first. I go to the caves, then the ruins.
Leaving the ruins.
The caves, you're gonna learn more about physical attacks, and the ruins you learn more about mystic arts, which are basically spells. I almost always make Rush into a physical type with a two-handed weapon, just for preference, really. I mean, Rush is the only character, to my knowledge, there might be others, but I think Rush is the only character that has access to every single type of skill in the game eventually, and some of them are actually missable.
My apologies. We had your background checked.
I'm used to it. Having famous parents isn't all bad, you know.
Cool about helping such an illustrious family. It comes off to me as a bit callous, but I mean, given I guess his age and his character archetype, it's understandable, honestly.
I was able to contact the Academy branch in Palais. I informed them that we
Man, fuck the Academy.
You talked to the Academy? That's a relief and a half. I'd given up trying to get in touch with them.
You can say that
It's
again.
like shouting at a brick wall.
It is a group.
You'll start learning more about the Academy in the next couple of videos. They become not a focal point necessarily in the story, but a very big part of it.
We'll get to the headquarters in Illusion.
Of course it will. Come on, my sister was kidnapped. Even the Academy suits wouldn't keep that from Mom and Dad.
Bear in mind, the Sykes are presently involved in top-level research. It may take some time for them to respond.
Oh, yeah.
Till then, I will assist you by any means necessary.
Anything sounds good
good
to
to
you,
me.
simple prick. Yeah, as you can see now, it'll let you choose first. There really is no advantage to going to one before the other. There's like no, certain thing you get besides the fact that when you go to the Revelia ruins, you gain the ability to start using Mystic Art, which is not that big of a deal. Yeah, I go here and I buy a kite shield. I'm gonna end up picking up a different weapon later, just because if you get a normal two-handed sword later on, after when you start really training your physical skills, you get a certain modifier attached to it. I think there's 3 types. I can only think of 2 off the top of my head. One of them is Mighty, one of them is Nimble. I mean, as you can guess, Mighty is going to be more power-oriented, and Nimble is going to be faster. I don't know if Nimble's damage scales better. I've been told that it might, but I just prefer Nimble. But anyway, certain weapons will make your abilities evolve in different ways. That's pretty much the point. Yeah, I kind of alluded to this earlier in my first video with the annotations. What he's talking about is chaining fights together. When you chain fights together, the higher your chain, it's one of the, I guess, variables that determines how much your character grows, both in abilities and in their actual stats, and the items you get. This becomes a key in how you can just completely and utterly shatter this fucking game with the battle rating system. Now, if someone wants me to, I actually do have a file where I have completely broken this game over my knee with that system. And here you'll see what happens when you get surprised, because I fucked up with the camera angle there.
Let's do this.
And I was dead serious when I was talking earlier about this being a deciding factor later on in the game. Because, I mean, it really is. If you get surprised by one enemy later on in the game, you could very well be looking a game over straight in the face. I mean, this game does get a lot more difficult than it looks right now. Specifically, once you get to the part where you're fighting the 7. You'll see them later, obviously. And blocks are pretty much one shot everything here. And you'll notice that Rush's Union, you have 2 generic units in it. Okay, well that's one difference from the PC and 360 version. 360 version, you have the number of leaders, special characters capped. So like say I could only have 3 leaders. but I could have, let's say, 10 units. I would only be able to use 3 special characters, and the rest would all have to be generics, which is absolutely fucking retarded. PC version is not like that. They do not cap the number of leaders. Flanking in and of itself is not that big of a deal usually. You're going to end up getting flanked a lot. It's once it upgrades to rear assault and massive strike that you're going to want to really be careful, because they hurt your. It's not even just the damage. It's the damage, and then you have the fact that it really hurts your morale, which in turn it reduces your damage. It increases the damage they do to you. I mean, this game, I can go on and on about the mechanics. It really is. It has a really in-depth system to it. And then you see a critical trigger. Now, I'll just let you guys read it. Critical offenses are really awesome. Like, say you have a slow character and you start getting critical triggers. If you hit like the first unit gets a critical trigger and you hit it, the second unit all the way up until the last one is going to get a critical trigger. Now the last one's not going to get an offensive trigger because there's no point. There's the last unit. This could make a slow unit act before every single enemy if it just works out that way. Now defensive critical triggers, they're pretty awesome. If a character dodges an attack and you get a critical trigger, if you hit that enemy union is it's gonna take a fucking ton of damage. Dodges are retardedly powerful. Or, I mean, not dodges, dodge counters. They do a massive amount of damage, but they don't show up very often at all. Now, I'm sure I won't be able to cover everything as it comes up, because, I mean, that's information overload. But if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll cover it in my next video.
It's you and me, then.
Yep, see, one-shotting everything. I think this might be where, I think this might be the battle. You'll see what I'm talking about. It is hilarious.
Come on, let's bust some heads.
Yep, this is it. Boo! Oh, it's just that motherfucker flying. Yes, that's another thing. You'll even get a critical trigger when that attack would kill the enemy. Which, I mean, is kind of pointless.
I feel stronger than before.
That is, I can't remember what it's called. It's basically functions as a teleporter. Whenever you're done in the dungeon or you want to reset it, you can go activate and it'll port you out.
What are all these girls doing in a place like this?
Oh, man.
This game is, in the words of one of my friends, Stan, incredibly Japanese. You could probably, I mean, I don't even have to explain that.
That's supposed to be running around, slave trading.
Slaves?
Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
We don't have to introduce ourselves to the likes of you. Get ready.
You're gonna smash him with a fucking axe. Illiterate piece of shit.
You want a piece too?
Oh yeah.
So cliche.
Whatever. It's your funeral. Get ready for a beatdown.
Defeat the slave traders! Oh my god, guys, this shit is like, it's so difficult. That would probably be more difficult if I didn't know exactly what to do here. I mean, this is a game where I can make it look really, really easy. But if you were playing it for yourself for the first time before watching this, I mean, you could probably get a couple game overs. Yeah, see, that's something you want to do whenever you can. I mean, you don't want to go out of your way to try and predict it, but yeah. See, this is one of those times where I say you can break deadlock as long as you're careful. Because see, I broke deadlock, and then I sent another union to engage him that I knew would act before him, so it's alright. Not only did that let blockers heal, but it allowed me to intercept him. And see, I know those guys are weak enough to the point where they're not going to kill him. Yeah, raid lock, I mean, as you can see, raid lock is what happens when, usually it just happens when you break deadlock and someone comes after you. Or you're performing an action where you're not deadlocked. Like, say you make a union stand by and heal others that need it. If another union engages them, that's a raid lock. Oh, here we go. Omni Strike. Dude's done. Not every special, I don't think, gets a unique art. There are a lot of them that do. But yeah. If anybody wants me to show off my my broken file, I do have some weapon art, or one. I think it's just one in my my current setup. But I do have a weapon art, and I have at least one Arcana that's actually leveled up a little bit, in addition to unique art. So. Rather not do that until later, though, because some of the people that I have in my setup, they're bosses. So, it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler.
Right.
Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys next time when I hit the Rebellia Castle Ruins, learn Mystic Arts, etc. Alright, see you guys then.